again, everyone, and welcome back to End All Wars. I think this is episode 21. We are playing the Western Entente, and we are fighting the Central Powers. And in our last video, we actually captured Dortmund. And it says it right there, you gain control of Dortmund. And we also gained a lot of national morale on the last episode. So we're doing pretty good, and things are progressing. We're not doing perfectly, but we are doing pretty good. We lost a couple of battles, and we taken a lot of damage in some of our units, but we're doing pretty good. It looks like some of the airplanes are ready that we were building in Paris, maybe, but we're also going to move up these supply units. Okay, we still had some supply units that we wanted to create. I believe we got one more in Orléans. I don't think we've got anything else there that's ready. They're all being built. So we're going to move these up to, I think that's Verdun, but I'm not positive. And I didn't watch it close enough to catch, but I think that's right around the Verdun area. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to do here. I think I'm trying to decide. Okay, so their national morale is 55, ours is 87. The bigger the disparity is between our national morale, the better it is for us, obviously. And it proves that we're doing pretty good and things are working out for us. We're not winning on victory points, 17,000 to 14,580. But like I've said before, victory points aren't that big of a deal, because if you win by sudden death, which is what we're going for, you don't have to worry about victory points, because sudden death means a major victory. If you win by victory points, it is a minor victory usually. And we're looking at our replacements, and replacements look pretty good. Usually 12 replacement chits is what they call it, CHITS, will be 36, will replace 36 elements, and we're only down 28. So for I don't know if that's infantry, but whatever that was, we're in good shape. There we're not in as good a shape, but it looks like we are buying some. We don't have a huge amount of money to do it, but looks like we bought 20 so far. That would give us 66 of 21. So I'm going to go with 30. 34 to get us back up to 80. That would be 240 elements replaced, and we were missing 303. And then we didn't have any bought for the tanks. So we would need about 21, 22 to replace all the tank elements, but I don't think you're allowed to use but 6 per turn, or have 6 in reserve. So that's why we're only buying 6. But other than that, things are looking pretty good. We are pushing pretty hard, so that's part of the reason why I think we're having a little issue with our replacements. But we're winning it also, so that helps. And then we have a bunch of stuff that we're buying, we're building. I'm not really sure if we should have canceled some of the battleships that we had in training, or the AI had in training before we took over. It's late October 1916, and we won a lot of battles last turn, so we got a lot of congratulations, except a couple where it says blamed for defeat. So it's not everything is working. We're trying to back him out, the Second Army, trying to back him out of harm's way, and so we have him on, a setting where he'll retreat almost pretty much immediately if he's attacked. Up in the north, we're pushing on Osnabrück, and we're also pushing, it looks like, on Castle. I think, is that Castle? Yeah, they're moving from Dortmund to Munster up there, where Joffrey and Bing are, and then we're also, and Sorel as well, is moving to Munster from Dortmund because we captured Dortmund. And this corps is just sitting up there not doing anything. So I think we're going to move it to maybe. I think the reason why we canceled that is because it was more than 2 moves. 17 days is more than 2 moves. And if the unit's inactive, which it is, then it'll take it longer to get to where it's going. Joffrey, what are we doing with him? We're just gonna move him east. So okay, so he has rail movement. It'll take him 2 days to get to. I didn't see where he was going. Maybe Munster. No, Munster's a little higher up. I wish I wouldn't move that cursor around so fast. But I was talking while I was thinking it, so I didn't need to use the cursor to show what I was doing. Now it helps. Durbal is moving to Geissen. So we're just pushing on the whole front is basically what we're doing. And we're finding a lot of success, obviously. So we're just trying to decide where to go. I'm yawning. I apologize for yawning. That's Durbal, I think, is going to French is going to Durbal. I keep clicking on Durbal. And now I'm on Gallieni, who's in Stuttgart. It would be pretty helpful to me if, when you get a army down around 500 power, that means your cohesion is really low. If it's a full army, and it's always good to let them rest for a couple of days so that they can regain their cohesion and get back their power. Part of the reason why Landrezac is down at 438 in Ulm is because I attacked with him, and he won the battle, but his troops still lost cohesion. I'm still waiting on that super heavy artillery regiment. Let's see. We're going to look at Italy. At some point, we're going to have to decide to just go into Trento. I don't know when we're going to do that, though. These generals down here are not very good. Not trying to put down Italy, but I don't think they have very many very good generals in World War I. Or World War II for that matter, but I mean, I'm sure they had some, but these guys are not, whatever they were in real life, they're not rated very well in this game, that's for sure, because that guy's a 220, this guy's a 221, so if you win battles, you can increase your ratings for the general that's winning the battle. But if they're congratulated for winning the battle, then they can increase their ratings. But you got to win some battles. And I mean, they have won some battles, but not enough. Greece is just a mess. Yeah, I can't combine them. At some point, we need to run some transport troops or transports in there to actually. Oh look, I'm building some mountain brigades in Greece, which is probably not the smartest idea because they're coming down. They might capture that place before those guys even get built. So now we're going to take a look at Ireland, which is part of Great Britain. We already have some guys that we can move. I think we're going to... I think we might try to get them to Europe. When I say Europe, I mean the main continent. I know Great Britain and Ireland is in Europe, but I mean the main continent. That fleet has transport capacity of 360, so he can fit. And then we just need to bring it to France and offload. It's going to take 8 days if they're not delayed. Which that almost always they're delayed, almost always. And we're building a lot of airplanes, but I think we need it for the reconnaissance and also for defense of their airplanes attacking us. Yeah, he can use a little bit of rest and relaxation for his troops. And that is Heilbronn to Kreilsheim. Okay. Okay, Ferdinand Foch. It's going to Kreilsheim. We just got to get him a couple of victories, I think, and then he'll have some really, really good numbers. We're looking aggressive strategist. This general is a master of offensive strategy. If the commander-in-chief, this general provides +1 strategic, +1 attack, and +1 troop quality if active to all commanders of land forces. This ability applies if the leader is the commander-in-chief in this theater. He's not the commander-in-chief, but it'll help his stack, I'm sure. Multinational commander can lead units of any nationality without penalty. This ability applies if the leader is in command of the stack. Strategically decisive. This general is a leader capable of inspiring his men. This inspiration provided gives +1. And diplomatic. This general interacts with his superiors and subordinates, +1 command, +1 additional CP per ability level above 1 to any stack he commands. This ability applies if the leader is in command of the stack. So he just has a lot of good traits. And he's a marshal of the Republic. So let's just see. I think I'm trying to attach units to divisions. He's still close to 800 power in Strasbourg inside the city. Maybe they'll never surrender, I don't know. He is a full army. P.T. Bowl, we made a divisional commander just then. Let's look at Basra. And then Egypt. The Turks don't really seem to want to do anything down here. And we have the Prince Faisal and T.E. Lawrence. We need to move them somehow or some way. The Turks captured Riyadh, I think. I don't know why we're going back to Greece. And I don't know why we're going back to... I don't know why we keep going back and forth between these. Yemen. No troop transports. We have some troop transports though, so I know we'll find some to bring transports. There we go. This region can't be entered. I don't know that. "48 days. That is 4 turns. 48 days. See, his stats are pretty good. 5, 4, and 1. He's great on attack, and he has a very good strategic rating. It's just that we got to get him out of there. We got to get him to somewhere where we can use him. I don't know why these cavalry are taking so long to get to Yemen from Medina, unless it has something to do with the extreme weather, but which might be the case. Back to Italy. Why I keep yawning. Why do I keep yawning? All right, I think we're running a turn. We will be back when the turn starts actually processing. All right. We're back. There was a battle in Castle. It was a pretty good victory there. They lost about almost 4 times as much as we did. Really 3.5 times what we lost. It was a really good battle. Seeing a lot of movement from the central powers. Castle now is trying to move back. They have a lot of troops in Kreilsheim. Italian defeat in Sima Vertana. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We didn't really lose very many men, 820 men total. His power's down to 88 from over 1,000. But at least he wasn't in another battle. I'll give him a chance to build back up again. Stuttgart's still under siege. And it looks like we've got some Austrian troops maybe going into Greece. I'm not sure what that's looking at because that's the edge of the map. And that's the end of the processing of the turn. Let's take a look. So our national morale is 87. That didn't change. There was a +1 and -1, but their national morale went down 1. So that's another positive turn for us. Woodrow Wilson elected. The U.S. election of 1916 was very close, with Charles Hughes representing the Republican Party against the incumbent Democrat Woodrow Wilson. Wilson had begun supporting a stronger line against Germany and the Central Powers, and his election would increase American support for the war, whereas Hughes' election would likely weaken the American support for the Entente. So that means that the USA is just that much closer to joining the war on the Western Entente side. So we'll probably take a look at where the USA is now. Okay, if Hughes wins, there's a 5% shift. If Wilson wins, there's a 10% shift. So it should be really close now. And I'll probably fund tank research, fund chemical warfare research. And yeah, we're going to take a look at the United States. Okay, so it's at 100%. That means they're going to enter the war next turn, which is good for us. We won a battle. We won a battle in Stuttgart, and that was where the 1 national morale came from. That was a good win. Stuttgart is still being besieged. But we had a good win against them. We're putting on Gallieni on defensive posture so he can regain some cohesion. That is a core. He needs some more troops. Not a very powerful core. Durbal and Ruffey are in Gießen at this point. And they are besieging Kassel. So I'm hoping at some point we will capture Kassel. I mean, it's on a direct line to Berlin, basically. Well, I say that, but then once you get to Göttingen, then you have to kind of go the long way around to get to Berlin. Well, I mean, you know, it is what it is. We'll do it. I think we'll have some troops coming from the northwest and then from the west and see who gets there first. There's some German troops in Emsland. I'm not sure if we're going to do that or not, but we might. We're active. We have some troops in Munster. He needs more troops. He's full. Kitchener has a full army. He has some good numbers, except for that 2 defensive, but that 5 strategic and 5 offensive is really good. We're moving some troops from... They're coming from England, and they just dropped off in France. We got a lot of supply just sitting around. The reason I built all those supply units, I'm gonna build a depot there, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll build a depot in Spire. Maybe not. I canceled that. I think I'm trying to figure out the best place to build a supply depot. That might be a good place. That might be a good place. I think we might build one in Saarbrücken. And then maybe one... Oh, see, Mainz has a size 3 depot. So that's a pretty good depot. And Frankfurt has a size 3 depot as well. Cologne has a size 2 depot. Dusseldorf, size 2 depot. Dortmund, size 2 depot. So we have some depots. Munster does not have a supply depot, but it is a city. Ulm does not have supply depot. So Friedrichshafen has a size 2 depot. Let's see. At some point we have to attack. I just don't know when. Army of the Alps. Greece, no change. Pretty much a disaster. Northern Germany, northwestern Germany, or northeastern France. And then we're going to just go down the list. I'm going to move to Frankfurt. I mean, not Frankfurt. What is that? Erfurt. We're going to move to Erfurt, see if we can't keep moving. Castelnau's still trying to move out of Wurzburg. And Auguste Dubai is going to move towards Castelnau. I'm just going to call him Carey. And then Foch. Carey is the one with 885, and Foch is 511 power in his army. I'm not really sure what I want to do with him at this point. And then Gallieni has 514 power. Not too sure what I want to do with him either. just moving people all around, aren't I? I think I want to go to Osnabrück from Munster. It'd be nice to have a depot in Munster. And Sorrel, his armée. I haven't renamed it. So I'm going to move him to Osnabrück. See what kind of battle I can come up with there. See if I can't take it. So we are still moving to Emsland. I'm not sure how strong that unit is. But we'll be crossing the river. So hopefully it's not that good of a unit. So we have the transport troops. Or the troops and the transports. Trying to match them up in Yemen. And what does South Africa look like? No change. No change in Basra. In the Persian Gulf. We have a lot of 3 stars. He is, I didn't see it, but I think he's a 2-star. I want to move up all these troops to use them as garrisons or whatever. That's a lot. That's a little less. If he was active, is he active? I couldn't tell. I think we want to wait until we get that super heavy artillery for any kind of assault. Now we're checking our messages. Training a 15 Regiment du Génie. Okay, that's some engineers that are finished. I think we might be waiting until all of them are finished. Central Powers captured Larissa in region Larissa. I don't know where that is. He gets out of there in 3 days. Probably pull him back to a city. Let him recapture his cohesion. Okay. And let's see. Dennis Auguste Duchesne has been congratulated. He is now promotable. That is this guy. So we're going to make him a promote leader. I think he's a 3-star. Maybe I'm not going to promote him. I should promote him. But he is a really good commander. A 533. He needs to get in some battles so he can get promoted. Because I don't know if you saw the message, but if we promote the other guy that is promotable, then this guy, Michel Joseph Minori, would get upset. And so we kind of want to get this guy promoted first, so as not to let anybody get upset any more than usual. I don't know why we keep looking at Greece. It's a done deal. It's gone. All right, looks like we might be running a turn, and we'll be back as soon as this turn processes, or when we get to the point where it's the actual processing of the movements. All right, we're coming back. The turn's about to actually process the battles, if we have any. day 0 of the turn. Here we go. Mulhausen. Okay. That is the Battle of Powderborn. We probably captured some of those artillery regiments and maybe the supply. They still have troops, but I don't think that they have enough to offset what we have. But that's a lot of troops right there in that line. A couple of thousand, several thousand. Where is... There's some troops, Turkish troops in Riyadh. We don't like that, but I kind of get a feeling that there are going to be some battles here pretty soon. This is I can't remember where the... Oh, Osnabrück. Yeah, Osnabrück. We win that battle. It wasn't a battle to gain national morale off of, but we did win it. And we pushed their troops out and actually captured it too. Captured the city of Osnabrück. So that's good. There might be some battles there. Here's another battle. That looks like... Ooh, that's a big battle too. We outnumbered them 2-1. That was a very big win. 7,000 men lost to 37,000. That's what they lost 5 times the amount of troops we lost. That's probably going to give us some national morale. Oldenburg is another target we're going to be looking at after Osnabrück. People are getting to Göttingen. So we're advancing on all fronts. It looks almost like they're pulling back in Italy as well. This is probably Göttingen. Göttingen. I don't know how to pronounce it. Nope, it's Erfurt. We lost 1,600 men to their 22,500. That's another big battle. Another big win. That should get us some national morale. X-Corps has arrived in Erfurt. I don't know what that guy's doing, but I'd be willing to... Oh, look, they're trying to take Kuwait. I think they actually captured Kuwait, and we have to go down and capture it back. Not that it's that big of a deal. See, that looks like they're kind of pulling back in Italy. And that is going to be... So, yeah. Oh, 98. Changes from options and events, 10. Changes from battle, 2. So that was, we went up 11 points and they went down 3. Wow. That was a heck of a turn. Wonder what that event was. Oh, I wonder if it's that USA entered the war. Thomas Masaryk is now available. Thomas Garrick Garrigay Masaryk was an Austrian-Czech politician, sociologist, and philosopher. He originally wished to reform the Austro-Hungarian monarchy into a democratic federal state, but during the Great War he began to favor the abolition of the monarchy, and with the help of the Allied powers eventually succeeded, becoming the founder and first president of Czechoslovakia. Central Powers -5, national morale. Okay. So alignment in Czechoslovakia moves 35% in favor of the Entente. So that is good for us. We have to select it. So we're selecting that. We have plenty of engagement points to buy that. Lafayette, nous voilà. Note to players, U.S. transfer of troops to Europe and progressive buildup of huge American expeditionary force is handled automatically in the game to represent the American political decision to keep their independence and autonomy of command in this conflict, even compared to their Western allies. After a short build-up period, U.S. divisions will start pouring into France more or less every month or so, and one of the U.S. arrival points, Brest, Nantes, Saint-Nazaire, and Rochefort. Artillery and RF force will join them, as well as their divisional and corps commanders. The U.S. Navy will dispatch a strong battle fleet to Scapa Flow, some extra escorts to protect merchant shipping, and the rest of its forces will remain in the USA and can be employed at will. Note, the player may still build U.S. forces in their homeland, but he will have to take them to the battlefield by himself. And I don't know if that is part of the reason why we got that huge jump in national morale, but I'm willing to bet that's part of it. Let's see. We got 2 national morale from battles, and we saw each of the battles that we got it from. It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. Maybe it's... Okay. So we got 2 national morale from one battle in Crailsheim. Oh, and we're shooting down airplanes left and right now. So that's pretty good. Training. This is a tedious portion. Moving the troops to the front. Okay, that's Saint Mihiel. So, Rouen. I was thinking that was Verdun, but Verdun's right next to it. If I wasn't blind, I would have seen that earlier when I called it Verdun. I'm not actually blind. I just wasn't looking closely enough. 154th Division. Two in Orléans. Oh, sappers. Okay, so these are support troops that are actually... Okay. Pontoons, pioneers, engineers. Well, that one is called sappers. So this is a good group of units to put in an army that could use them. Which I think I'm going to put them with Foch. That's why I'm clicking on it, just to look at it. I don't think any of those units take up any command points, so I think you can just drop it right in the container with Foch and it won't do anything. I'm going to just check how much time's left in this video. 20 minutes, so I just got to pay attention to that as we get closer to the end. The good news is we only have 2 more videos that don't have sound and that I have to re-narrate. And then we can start playing again and actually playing, recording, and posting them as I play them. Which, you know, is going to be a lot better for me, because I already spent over an hour recording this while I was playing it. Now I'm spending over an hour re-recording it with narration. I don't necessarily mind it that much, but it just takes more time. And that's what kind of has got me going, is that, it's taking more time. So looks like I'm going to attack Trento on this next turn in late November. Hopefully. No. $1,624 conscripts. So now I'm looking to see if any Americans have actually been sent. And I mean, you have a little U.S. flag over the arrival ports, but I don't think we've received any U.S. troops yet. And then Rochefort. So that's coming, though. We got 2 more turns. I don't think in both of those turns, neither one had U.S. troops show up yet, or even that I could build U.S. troops myself. So it's taking a little time. We have 2 more years, and maybe some months in 1919. I'm not sure, but I'm almost positive we probably will finish up at the end of 1918. So I'm looking to see if these units are active. $39. We've got 6 replacements. The British look like they have plenty of replacements. For just regular infantry, we have 80 replacements, which would replace 240, and there are only 204 missing. So we're in good shape there. Now let's see what kind of... Dennis Auguste Chouchain has been congratulated again. So he is promotable again. Yeah, we captured that artillery. Or maybe we built that artillery. I can't remember. We did capture some artillery, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm just trying to figure out how many troops are in this. So they got a power of 800 in Castle. So I doubt we'll just immediately try to assault them. I don't think we have any breaches in their defenses anyway. I'm not sure if they even have any fortifications in Castle or not. I don't think they do. So we could assault, but I don't like assaulting a power of 800. We are assaulting in somewhere. Erfurt, I think, is there. Castle now is back. We're going to put him inside Frankfurt, let him reconstitute his army, get cohesion back. I don't know why his cohesion is so low. What am I trying to do here? Oh, okay. I guess I'm trying to just put those loose units into a core. Nuremberg looks very inviting. We're going to assault Stuttgart, it appears. That is a General Leon Deshays. And we have some supply. Sixteenth Army of the Republic is still sieging Strasbourg. I almost said Stuttgart. So we're just hoping that at some point they just surrender to us, give us those points. It's nice that we captured Osnabrück immediately and didn't have to siege the city at all. Going to check the time again. Seems like it's been, so we got 12 minutes left in this video. I think I'm trying to figure out how many troops are in Castle. 800 and something still. I need to check on that super heavy artillery regiment. He can't move there because he has a super heavy artillery regiment himself. So he has to go by rail wherever he goes. These two guys, I'm not sure where I want to go with them. Whoa, 77 days. Italy. We're planning an attack on Trento. I should probably let Bing get his cohesion back. But there's something to be said about keeping pushing, keeping the pressure on. So I think that's part of why I'm doing some of this, is just trying to keep the pressure on. Because that is a situation. You know, there are situations that have occurred in history where the general wins a big battle but doesn't keep pushing and loses any advantage he got. And one of the biggest ones in history was Gettysburg. After Gettysburg, General Meade of the North did not pursue the Confederate Army after they had just defeated the Confederate Army, and they lost probably a good chance of destroying the army right then and there completely. And Lincoln was really upset about that, apparently. But I think Meade thought his troops were too exhausted to keep pursuing the Confederate Army and Lee's Confederate Army. But we'll never know because it didn't happen. Okay. Saving it. I lost Kuwait, so I'm going to bring some troops down to recapture Kuwait. Or maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to use transports That's what I'm going to do. All right, looks like we're going to run a morale 98 to 52. They've lost 6,832,000 men. We've lost 2,130,126 men. So here we go. This is we'll come back after this turn starts processing the actual movement of troops. And we are back. I'm trying to see where the cursor is because it will tell me when the actual turn is. I think it's right now. We're going to start seeing troops move. Yep. That is Erfurt, I think. No, that's not Erfurt. That is Castle. British victory. Good win. Battle of Erfurt. I think we captured Erfurt. Oh, that's not good. Stuttgart. Oh, okay, here we go. Now we have 300,000 men to their 40. I don't think this German commander is very good. I don't know who he is, but we are down to 80,000 again. French victory, Battle of Erfurt. They lost twice as many men as us. We should get a national morale point out of that. I think it's Erfurt again. Um, 2,000 to 12,000. That should be probably some points as well. This is Stuttgart. 3,000 to 12,000. That was another good victory. I don't know what the Turks are doing, but it looks like they're trying to run by rail somewhere. Italy, Trento. If I had to guess, I think our morale went up again this turn, and their morale went down again this turn, because we've had some pretty decisive battles. Battle of Trento, Italian victory. We've pushed them out of Trento, which is really what I wanted. So now we're sieging Trento. I don't know that I'm going to do anything with the guy in Sima Vertana. Look, it looks like they're pulling troops back from the Italian border. I'm going to check the time. 2 minutes left. So I don't know how quickly I will finish up this video after the end of this turn. So I'm just going to say it right now. Thank you very much for watching. Look at that, 100. We gained 2 national morale. Final amount, 100. And I don't know if we're going to show Thomas Masaryk. I don't know if That gave us the points we expected. They're down to 43. That is huge. That is very huge. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to the new subscribers. If you like the video, please click a like. And if you want to subscribe and you're not a subscriber, just click the subscribe button and click the bells for notifications. And anyway, thank you very much. And this video might go straight out. And I'll see you next time.